This is your liver. You don't feel it working, you don't hear it, and it never complains. Yet right now, it is performing hundreds of critical tasks to keep you alive without asking for attention. The danger is that liver damage does not cause pain at first. Fatty liver develops silently while you feel mostly fine, and by the time symptoms appear, the damage is often already advanced. Millions of people over 60 are told their liver numbers are slightly elevated and sent home confused, not knowing which foods are helping their liver heal and which ones are quietly damaging it every single day. What makes this even more dangerous is that many foods labeled as healthy are actually making fatty liver worse, while some foods people fear may be exactly what the liver needs to recover. In the next few minutes, I will explain what truly causes fatty liver, which foods help reverse it after 60, and which popular recommendations most people get completely wrong. Stay with me until the end, because understanding this could change not only your liver health, but your energy, your metabolism, and your quality of life from this point forward. Why most common advice fails. One of the first recommendations people hear is to avoid salt because sodium supposedly causes water retention. While this may apply to rare medical conditions, it has very little to do with fatty liver for most people. Sodium only becomes problematic when the body cannot regulate it properly, such as in kidney failure or specific hormonal disorders. For the average person, salt is not what makes the liver fatty. Red meat is another common target because it contains saturated fat. However, saturated fat itself is not the main driver of fatty liver, and focusing on it distracts people from the real metabolic causes. Fried foods are often blamed as well, not because of calories or fat, but because they are usually cooked in industrial vegetable oils that are highly processed, oxidized, and extremely stressful for the liver. The biggest misunderstanding about fat. Many people believe the phrase, "you are what you eat," assuming that eating fat automatically turns into body fat. Biology does not work that way. Consider cows. They store large amounts of saturated fat, yet they do not eat saturated fat. They eat grass, which their bodies naturally transform into fat through biological processes. Humans work in a similar way. Fat stored in the body usually comes from excess energy combined with high insulin levels, not directly from eating fat. In fatty liver, the real problem is metabolic overload, insulin resistance, and excess fuel. Once you understand this, the path to healing becomes much clearer. The real root causes of fatty liver. Fatty liver develops when the liver is given more work than it can handle. The biggest stressors are substances that only the liver can process. Alcohol is the most obvious one. That is why it is regulated and restricted, because excessive intake directly damages liver cells. The second major factor is fructose. Sugar is dangerous not just because it is sweet, but because about half of it is fructose, which only the liver can metabolize. If someone consumes 100 grams of sugar per day, which is very common, the liver must process 50 grams of fructose alone, leading to congestion and fat accumulation. Toxins are the third factor. When the liver is already overloaded with alcohol and fructose, detoxification slows and toxins accumulate. Insulin is the final piece. High insulin does not cause fatty liver by itself, but once the liver is fatty, insulin prevents fat burning and makes the condition worse. What must be reduced? First, alcohol must be reduced or eliminated. This is non-negotiable for liver recovery. Sugar, both added and natural, must also be limited. The liver does not care whether fructose comes from candy or fruit. Fructose is processed the same way. Eating large amounts of fruit like bananas, mangoes, pineapples, or watermelon can overload the liver, even though these foods are often marketed as healthy. Starches must also be reduced. Starches quickly turn into glucose, raise insulin levels, and block the liver's ability to burn fat. Number 10. Whole grains. Whole grains appear on nearly every healthy food list, but being slightly better than sugar or white bread does not make them healing foods. Most whole grains still convert rapidly into glucose, causing insulin spikes that prevent fatty liver reversal. They may be tolerated by healthy individuals, but they do not repair a damaged liver. Number 9. Unsaturated fats. Not all unsaturated fats are equal. Monounsaturated fats, such as extra virgin olive oil and natural animal fats, are stable and supportive when minimally processed. Polyunsaturated vegetable oils are unstable and heavily processed. They become oxidized and inflammatory, placing additional stress on the liver instead of supporting healing. Number 8. Soy and legumes. Soy and legumes are often promoted as healthy, but most soy today is genetically modified and highly allergenic. For people with insulin resistance or fatty liver, legumes frequently worsen inflammation and metabolic stress rather than improving liver health. Number 7. Oats. Oats are praised for fiber, but they are still primarily starch. They break down into glucose and raise insulin levels. Steel-cut oats are less harmful than instant oats. But for reversing fatty liver, oats slow progress rather than accelerate healing. Number 6. Coffee. Coffee has been associated with lower fatty liver risk, mainly because it replaces sugary drinks. Moderate coffee consumption is generally safe, but coffee should not be viewed as a cure or superfood for liver disease. Number 5. Nuts. Nuts are low in carbohydrates and high in fat and protein, helping reduce insulin levels and improve satiety. They are good foods, but they are not magical. Moderation matters, and more is not better. Number 4. Omega-3 fats. Omega-3 fats reduce inflammation and directly address metabolic dysfunction associated with fatty liver. The best sources are fatty fish, fish oil supplements, and high-quality pasture-raised eggs, which support liver repair and detoxification pathways. Number 3. Cruciferous vegetables. Cruciferous vegetables support liver detoxification through powerful plant compounds. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, kale, bok choy, and arugula help the liver process toxins more efficiently and can be eaten freely if tolerated. Number 2. Meat. Red meat is one of the most nutrient-dense foods available and is often misunderstood. It provides high-quality protein, stable fats, and methionine, which helps produce glutathione, the body's most powerful antioxidant for liver protection. Number 1. Eggs. Eggs are one of the most powerful foods for liver health. There is no magical superfood that can cancel harmful habits. Real healing begins when you remove what damages the liver and support what restores proper function. If you take control today, your liver can recover, your energy can return, and your health can improve dramatically after 60. If this video helped you, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share it with someone who needs this information. Your liver, your future, and your quality of life are worth protecting.